It happened in a flash. Cameras firing, fans screaming, the red carpet glowing with the kind of electricity that only comes once in a generation. And then, without warning, Lisa Manabin stepped forward at the BIFF 2025 red carpet, a vision of pure star power, and beside her, almost too perfectly timed, was Frédéric Arnault. Crowd froze. For a heartbeat, it felt like the entire entertainment world had stopped breathing. Nobody saw this coming, nobody expected that exact moment. And yet, in the blink of an eye, it was real, documented, immortalized across thousands of lenses, flooding feeds within seconds. Fans didn't just react, they exploded. The shockwave was immediate. What was this surprise moment? Why here, why now, and what did it really mean? The red carpet has always been theater, but this wasn't staged like a movie scene. Felt unscripted, uncalculated, almost as if fate itself had decided to throw the spotlight onto Lisa and Frédéric Arnault at the exact same second. The audience wasn't just watching a celebrity appearance. They were witnessing a collision between the worlds of music, fashion, cinema, and luxury power. And the psychology of that is fascinating because when two powerful brands align in front of our eyes, our minds instantly assign them even greater value. Lisa has always known how to command attention, but when you put her next to a luxury titan like Arnault, the red carpet transforms into a living masterclass in branding. Every fan in that crowd wasn't just screaming for an idol, they were subconsciously buying into a narrative. This is where entertainment becomes strategy. Lisa's mere presence at Busan International Film Festival 2025, film festival that celebrates artistry, was already a headline. But the timing with Frédéric Arnault amplified it into a marketing symphony. Luxury groups like LVMH thrive on controlling moments like these, and yet this one didn't feel controlled at all. That's the genius. When a brand's move looks unscripted, the impact is 10 times greater. It's the same principle that makes you trust an influencer more when they look like they're not selling something, even when they are. As Lisa posed under the lights, fans weren't just admiring her beauty or her fashion choice. They were calculating status. The dress, the jewelry, the posture, it all added layers of value. Psychologists call this association bias. If you see a figure you admire linked with another high-status figure, your brain automatically elevates both of them. Suddenly, Lisa isn't just the global idol. She's the woman standing shoulder to shoulder with luxury's royal bloodline. And Frédéric Arnault isn't just the CEO of l'Européenne or the Arnault Air. He's the man who can share a spotlight with one of the world's most magnetic entertainers and look like he belongs there. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Fans often think these moments are about romance, gossip, or secret signals. But the deeper truth is far more powerful. It's about controlling the cultural conversation. In business, they call it visual asset investment. Every appearance, every photo, every viral moment becomes an asset in the digital marketplace. Lisa walking the BIFF carpet with Frédéric Arnault isn't just an image. It's intellectual property, brand equity, and a stock that never stops trading in the minds of millions. Now, pause here for a second and think about what's happening underneath all the flashing lights. Lisa has built not just a career, but a legacy machine. Every time her image goes viral, her brand multiplies. This is where entrepreneurship hides in plain sight. It's not about selling products directly, it's about creating a demand that makes products chase her. LVMH knows this. That's why they invest in faces like Lisa. She doesn't need to knock on the doors of luxury brands. Luxury brands beg to be part of her orbit. And that's why fans felt this BIFF moment so intensely. It wasn't just beautiful, it was powerful. But then came the twist. Right as the photographers found their rhythm, Lisa Manabin and Frédéric Arnault exchanged a glance, quick, fleeting, but enough to send theories spiraling across social media. Was it rehearsed? Was it spontaneous? The mystery deepened. And here's the thing, when audiences can't fully decode a moment, they become obsessed with it. This is classic marketing psychology. Leave just enough unanswered, and people will fill the gaps with their own imagination. That's how legends are born. By this point, fan forums were already breaking down every frame. Some noticed how Lisa's gown shimmered in contrast to Frédéric Arnault's tailored suit, almost like a deliberate play of opposites. Others highlighted the symbolism, music's global queen with luxury's future king. And then, almost like a perfectly written script, the hashtags trended worldwide. But here's the cliffhanger that made it impossible to look away. Whispers began circulating about a private gala after BIFF where Lisa and Frédéric Arnault might appear together again. And that single rumor triggered a frenzy. Would they? Could they? And if they did, what doors would that open for future collaborations, endorsements, even global projects? This is the moment in our story where things shift. Because if Lisa's appearance with Frédéric Arnault was just coincidence, then it was one of the most cinematic accidents of all time. But if it was intentional, then we're looking at a strategy that could reshape how music, film, and luxury intersect. Imagine the ripple effect. Lisa elevating not just herself but an entire luxury ecosystem. Fans become marketers without realizing it, reposting clips, debating theories, creating free content that multiplies the original moment's value. That's the genius of modern branding, turning audiences into unpaid PR armies. And here's where we step into the world of finance. Think of every viral Lisa moment as a share on the stock market. Every click, every replay, every hashtag is revenue in disguise. Through royalties, digital rights, and revenue-sharing deals, Lisa doesn't just build fame, she builds an economy. Entertainment today is fintech with lipstick and lights. And Busan International Film Festival 2025 just reminded us how one surprise moment can turn into millions of dollars in digital equity. Now picture this: Lisa in the middle of the crowd, still glowing under the spotlights, fans still losing their voices, and Frédéric Arnault standing nearby with the poise of someone who understands the value of silence. That image will live forever. And the most shocking part? It all circles back to that opening flash, that gasp, that freeze frame of disbelief. The world wasn't ready, and that's why it worked. So as the curtains fell on BIFF's red carpet, the mystery remained. What really happened between Lisa and Frédéric Arnault that night? Was it strategy, fate, or something in between? One thing is certain, the game has changed. Lisa isn't just attending events, she's bending them around her presence. She isn't just building a career, she's building a dynasty. And Frédéric Arnault, whether by accident or intention, just became part of that story. And yet, as dazzling as that single red carpet moment was, its ripples were only beginning to spread. Because when the lights dimmed and the cameras stopped flashing, the conversation didn't end, it grew louder. Social media became the second red carpet, where millions of fans replayed every second, dissected every gesture, and magnified the symbolism into something larger than life. Crowd might have dispersed in Busan, but digitally, the audience only multiplied. And here's where Lisa's genius shines brightest. Her brand doesn't just survive off scheduled appearances, it thrives in the aftershocks, the way a single spark creates a wildfire that burns for weeks. Think about it. Busan International Film Festival wasn't even her main battlefield. She's a music icon, not a film star. Yet in one appearance, she hijacked the narrative of a global film festival, bending it toward her orbit. That's not luck, that's influence turned into gravity. Frédéric Arnault's presence at her side only reinforced the sense that this wasn't just entertainment, it was an economic and cultural transaction. Lisa represents the global heartbeat of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Frédéric Arnault represents the infrastructure of luxury that wants to capture that heartbeat. And when those two worlds stand side by side, the value isn't just emotional, it's financial. Here's a little marketing psychology hidden in plain sight. Fans think they're simply expressing love and loyalty by reposting clips, but in reality, they're amplifying value like shareholders protecting their stock. Lisa isn't just an artist anymore, she's a living index fund of influence. Her fans aren't passive consumers, they're active investors of attention. And attention, in today's economy, is the most expensive currency of all. What makes this so powerful is that Lisa Blackpink understands the silent game. She doesn't need to explain the connection with Frédéric Arnault, she doesn't need to confirm or deny anything. Mystery itself becomes a branding strategy. When you don't give people all the answers, you let them build the story for you. And the stories fans tell often carry more power than any official press release. Luxury brands like LVMH have spent decades trying to engineer moments like this. Lisa just is the moment. So imagine the long-term effect. This red carpet isn't just an isolated flash. It's a chapter in a legacy book Lisa is writing with every public move. A dynasty doesn't form from one performance or one campaign. Forms when every image, every appearance, every collaboration links together into an undeniable narrative. Lisa knows this, and so does Frédéric Arnault. Which is why that night at BIFF 2025 wasn't only about two figures on a carpet, it was about planting a seed that will grow into the next evolution of entertainment and luxury. And maybe that's why fans felt something they couldn't explain. 'Cause deep down, they weren't just watching celebrities pose, they were watching history bend in real time. And the question that lingers now, the one that keeps the world on edge, is simple. If this was only the beginning, how much bigger can the story become? And the answer is both thrilling and terrifying, because with Lisa, there is no ceiling. Only the next shockwave waiting to explode. And here's where we leave you hanging. Because if this was only the red carpet, imagine what's waiting backstage. Imagine what's coming at the next event. Imagine the project that nobody sees yet, but everyone will be talking about tomorrow. Don't blink, don't scroll away, because when it comes to Lisa Blackpink, the moment you look down at your phone is the moment you miss history. Stay with us, because this story is only beginning. Hit that subscribe, share this moment with the world, and rewatch it again. You'll notice new details every single time. And remember, the next chapter will be even bigger, even louder, even more shocking than the last. Because when Lisa Manoban steps onto a stage, the world doesn't just watch. The world changes.